So normally I go on Thursday and miss one of the big events, which is Gordon McCall's Jet Hangar Party, which is Wednesday night.
Okay. Explain to Gene who Gordon McCall is.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
I could probably.
I don't know who Gordon McCall is, but he likes jets.
No, I don't know.
He likes jets and he likes cars.
All right.
And he throws a big party. And it's expensive, and there's champagne, and there's Learjets, and there's P-51 Mustangs, and vintage Warbirds, and then the most exotic new and old cars all laid out at the airport, all with this sort of everyone's wearing the blazers and the pocket squares and the whole 9 yards. And I say, good, I'm going up there. I've had my car shown at his event, but I've never been there to the event. So I wrangle a couple of tickets. I got me and Matt D'Andrea, and I'm going to take Sonny. And then that's Sonny. I got a little picture. I told Sonny, get in your suit, get dressed up. It's a nice event. We're going out tonight. So little Sonny, can go to adamcarolla.com if you want to see it. Gets in a nice little suit and gets himself all together. And we go to the Jet Hangar Party, which is half in the hangar, but mostly out on the tarmac where all the Ferraris and Learjets are parked.
Sounds good.
And start to head in, and they say, excuse me, there's nobody under 21 can come in here. Oh. And I go, all right, but why? And it's like, well, it's an open bar. But it's like...
That's to prevent 19-year-olds from going up and sneaking
not
drinks.
9-year-olds.
Yeah. There's a bar... Every event we're going to go to this weekend, we went to the Rolls-Royce event and the Aston Martin event, and there's a bar. And your kid can come with you.
You're just never farther than 50 yards away from a bar.
Well, yeah. Technically, every corner has a bar called a liquor store that I can go in and buy a six-pack, and if I choose, I can give my 9-year-old a tall boy. But there's... regulations, the CHP is out in full force for this weekend.
Yeah.
CHP is there. They're leading the parade that's going through 17 Mile Drive. It's CHP everywhere, and then Rich Whitey and his Ferrari, and part of this is the CHP thing, and there's CHP guys everywhere. And
so he's safe. What's the problem?
Right. So we can't do this. So I say, can we somebody else we can talk to, like a manager or something, And it's an element of, you've had my cars here a couple of times. Yeah. Maybe I can get a little good faith. Well, I'll go talk to this guy. We go talk, and here comes the chick, and she's got the notebook and clipboard, and she's perky, and she's
walkie-talkie.
Now I'm kind of prepared for her to go, oh yeah, just come on, whatever. And I get the absolutely not.
Wow.
So now there's this event I've wanted to go to for 10 years, but I have my son, and he can't get in.
Oh, no.
And I say, leave him and Matt D'Andrea, and I say, let me go in there. Let me see if I can find somebody from the CHP or somebody that's involved with this event.
Speak some reason
Someone that has a little juice.
Get my boy in there. It's just it's a tarmac full of planes and cars. Yeah. And again, there is everything from the quail. Leave Max a pad alone. The point is this.
Please.
Every event is an open bar with tons of cars.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this is different. It's at the airport. I don't know. The airport's one big bar. All right. So
exactly. The airplane is a bar.
Listen what we're doing to ourselves. Now, I've been complaining about us essentially leading, especially in California, tip of the spear. We act as if there are some alien overlords that laid down a bunch of retarded, shitty fucking laws to make our lives miserable, and if we upset them, they'll blow up our planet, right? Yeah. Except for we're the retarded alien overlords who have put these... You do understand no rules existed several thousand years ago, right? Yeah. And then they started with the basic shit, like, hey, that's not your ox. Yeah, I know, but I want an ox. Right. Yeah, I know, but that's not yours. It's your neighbor's. You got to go earn your ox or buy an ox or have someone die and give it to you. Like, we started with that, and now we're up to no vaping on a salt flat. That's where we've gone to. Yeah. And I don't like no flying a kite on the beach. That's where we're at now. It started with the ox.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ox one was important, though.
That was an important
rule,
was very important. And I would have stopped it. I would have stopped it at the ox.
It's an obvious rule.
It's an obvious rule.
And I would have, you know what I would have done too? I would have been like the NRA, where someone would have went, okay, could we expand the ox into the ass or the donkey?
Nope.
And I'd be like, no. And they'd be like, but why not? If you owned a donkey. No.
Yeah.
Because
the law says ox.
Next thing you know, no more vaping on the beach.
Yeah.
That'll be
You'll
it.
get it. Give it a couple hundred.
Yeah. So I said, let me just go in and see if. And it was all this. California Highway Patrol runs this thing. CHPs, you know, that's the way they got their permit with the CHP, and they really clamp down on blah, 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 blah. All right, everyone be prepared for A, why you should never live in California, and B, what we've done to ourselves. At a certain point, I'm walking around. Hey, Adam, hey, catch country, man, you know, and I talk to some lady, and she's like, I said, my son's back there. He can't get in. And I'm like, oh, you got to get Joanne in here. She runs the joint, you know, and Joanne, like, shows up, and I'm like, what can I do for you? And I'm like, well, I got a problem. She's like, well, I can do anything I want. Ooh. You know, I'm running the joint. I said, all right, Joanne, listen, I got my son. He's back there. He can't get in. She's like, well, that's going to be tough. And I said, well, can we talk to a CHP guy? There's CHP guys blowing around. Just like that, a guy looks like Captain Kangaroo, not in a negative way. I just mean
big mustache.
Big mustache and the salt and the pepper and a little bit of a gut, but don't call him fat because he'll kick your ass. Yeah, you know, it's like big calves.
He's thick.
He's been right. You know, he's one of these guys who's CHP's going on 31 years, but he prefers to be out on the bike. Right. Doesn't want to be a desk jockey. And guy comes pulling up with the big gray salt and pepper mustache and the big forearms and stuff. And everyone's like, well, you got to talk to Captain So-and-so, Kangaroo. He's everything. And they're like, oh, hey, man show, you know, what's the problem? And I said, well, my son's back there on the other side of the thing that won't let him in. And he said, well, let me see what I can do about that. And I was like, okay, here comes a guy with a gun and a uniform.
And a mustache.
Boots up to his knees, you know, and a mustache. And he's just going to go over there and go, hey, little lady, let's get Junior over here.
He's going to flash that mustache and all be taken care of.
So he goes over there with the other chick, and they're like, do you think we can? And the 26-year-old chick with the clipboard is like, okay, all right, but only if you escort him to the cop, to the 55-year-old cop. If you escort him, we can do this. I think we can do it. I think we can pull this off.
Yeah.
We can
make an exception.
The world's nicest 9-year-old in a suit can hang with the guy who gave us cars the last 3 years to the event and to walk around to look at jet aircraft and Pagani supercar. Is that okay? We're going to pull this off. Pull off what? The fucking retarded? I mean, it's like somebody just going, hey, you know, every time you get in your car, before you get in your car, I need you to put your thumb up your ass. And you went, what? And then they went, you know what? I'm in a good mood. Yeah. Just put your pinky in your ass this time. And you're like,
we
can
make an exception for you.
Yep. Well, no, don't lick it. Just put it in dry. But you can go pinky, you know, but just this one time. And don't tell anyone I let you do it. Yeah. Like, or we could just not do it. Right. And get in our cars and drive because we're adults and there are cars and we get to make the rules. So the big CHP chippy comes by and he says, I'll escort him. And we go, oh, okay. Okay, well, I don't want to walk around with the guy. Oh, fine, whatever. So, and by the way, here's my thinking. Look, as soon as we get 20 feet away,
after 10 minutes,
everybody goes their separate ways.
Dispatch the guy to go put a little shine on his boots or his tank on his Moto Guzzi, and we'll go to the bar over here. So he comes he's walking us in, and he's walking us around, and we take literally half a lap around the place. We were in there 9 minutes, and chick comes back with the clipboard. All right, that's enough.
You've seen enough.
What? We've stretched this experiment. We've stared danger in the face much longer. We've tempted the hands of fate much longer than anyone is comfortable with. The guy's a 6'5" cop with a gun, and he's walking my son. Yeah. He's escorting him around an open tarmac with a party going on. And
you dodged enough bullets out of it.
9 minutes in, the chick just goes, that's enough.
Oh, my God.
And now we hadn't broken off from him. It's not like she caught us smoking a doobie behind a Hellcat in a dumpster over here. No, she just came up and went, okay, that's good enough. And the cop, by the way, here's where in the old days, the guy would have just pulled out his flask for reinforcement and backhanded her.
Yeah.
Now it's like the 27-year-old, 27-year vet of the California Highway Patrol guy's got to go to the
Cow.
26-year-old chick with the clipboard. Yeah, okay, sorry, but we appreciate at least this much. And just got walked back.
Oh, my God.
Was she envisioning your 9-year-old son stumbling around, tie loosened, highball glass, slurring, screaming at people?
They're not envisioning anything other than we could lose our permit. we could lose our the permit that we decided on to issue to ourselves, right? Yeah. Like, we could get into trouble. First off, some of the greatest, look, if one of those planes blew up and took out everyone at that party, half the tax-based revenue of California would be erased in one ball of flame. We would literally, roads would never get paved again. The schools would have to close down. Like, literally half the tax-paying base of California was in that party.
Yes. So
why do we have to punish these guys? Then I talked to somebody later on, and they're like, "Oh, I could have told you. Yeah, Johnny O'Connell. Like, yeah, he brought his kid 2 years ago. He's a special needs kid.
Oh,
he's got a special needs kid. They wouldn't let that kid in. And all we do is sit around, and everyone just goes, "Well, what are you going to do?"
Someone walks past you with a service snake. Hey, Adam Carolla, man show.
Right?
Was she afraid she was never going to be able to carry a clipboard in that town again?
It wasn't even. I think it's a power trip. She was reasonable. She was perfectly nice. Everyone is scared shitless. This is what we've done. This is the part that makes it into a cancer. You take a perfectly nice person who's having a perfectly nice time, who I'm sure the last thing she wants to do is take the man show guy and his son and tell him they got to get the hell out of here. She doesn't want to do that, and nobody else wants to do it. Yeah. Nobody wants it done. No one at the party wants it done. No one outside the party. No one throwing the party. No one with California Highway Patrol. Yeah. Nobody wants it done, but guess what?
It happened.
It has to be done. Why?
The hands are tied.
Are we not attempting to reclaim this? And how many times are we going to have someone with a clipboard just tell you to put your thumb up your ass before you get in your car, before we go, fuck you? We're all just going to rise up and go, no. No, and by the way, okay, hey, permit guys, airport guys, CHP, whatever, fuck you. We'll throw a party at a golf course next year. We don't need your fucking place. And you'll lose out on a bunch of dough. Yeah. So fuck you. It's insane.
Did you bid Sonny adieu, or did you...
You gave him Uber
give him a
fare.
little watch. I got to take a quick lap. I got to grab a drink.
Here's what upset me, and I wonder if this would upset you as much, is you know if Will and Jaden Smith showed up, they'd look. If Kylie and or Kendall Jenner showed up, Justin Bieber showed up last year. People are under 20, but are somehow. If Drew Barrymore showed up in 1985, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, how do these people get into this situation? And why do you look the other way for some people? You know they'd be allowed in.
I'm sure of it. Although, I got to tell you, in this particular case, like, they knew who I was. I'm not an A-list celebrity, but they were happy. They were happy to have me there. And I had a cop escorting us. We got a cop escort, and they still had to intervene. And they didn't cut it off in 20 minutes. They cut it off in 7 to 9 minutes and went, that's enough. So it was awesome.
There's always that one person that just wants to...
No, but this is the institution.
But you don't think it was her, though?
No.
Also,
everyone is scared shitless for their job. We've created... No, I'm explaining this is an institution. This wasn't this person who wanted to be bitchy. No, it's an institutionalized bullshit that we've imposed on ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest... I totally get the part where we're living in... if we're in Poland... and it's 1941 and a half, and the Nazis are running the city, and we are living in a ghetto, and somebody says the curfew is 8 p.m. and it's lights out at 9, then I get it. I completely fucking get it. It's like we have to shut the lights and get on the streets because the Nazis are running the place, and they got the crow's nest at the guards tower, and they're going to get their machine guns out at 9:01, and if you're in the street, you're going to get shot down. That's Hitler.
Right.
That's him running. This is the Poles in charge of their own city who've decided that there's a retarded curfew and anyone outside after the streetlights come on is going to get shot. This is us.
Right.
We live in California. We're not under the tyrannical rule of some despot that's from some banana republic who's decided to fuck with us. This is us fucking with us.
Yeah.
That's the part I would... I would be completely fine living under Nazi rule because at least I could wrap my fucking mind around it.
But this is us who won't stop hitting ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the us doing it to us part that I don't get. I do not get.
So it was a relaxing vacation?